Hello there! Hey, welcome to Gino's Thing of the Day, where we take a look at one of Gino's things, and it's a day. Hey, anyway, so glad you're here. Good to see you. And you know what? What do you call a deer in the Air Force? A bombardier. Yeah. Anyhow, hey, let's get right to it. Thing of the day. That's why we're all here, right? So what do we got today? Hey, if you know me, what's something I really love? That's right, the color green. What else is something I really love? That's right, El Caminos. I used to have a 79. Funnest car I ever had. Anyhow, why is this relevant? Because today's thing of the day is a green El Camino. And it is a 70. El Camino. Green. Nice, huh? Hey, speaking of things I love my wife very, very dearly. She's a sweet wee lass, she is. Anyhow, yeah, I posted up a picture the other day and kind of hinted to the fact that I would tell the story behind that picture. So, here's the story. As you well know, I was in the Navy, but back when I was in high school, I dated my wife, my now wife, then, for a couple years. She was out of school already, but I was in. And it didn't work out. I was in the Navy, I married someone else, nearly 10 years down the road later, got a divorce and was living down south and came back home to Michigan. And the truth be told, I never ever really stopped thinking about Sheila. She's always been there in my mind, always had a place. And so when I come back home, I'd start talking to her again, and many times I asked her, hey, you know, go out for dinner or a drink, maybe just a cup of coffee and talk, what? And she would turn me down every time because my divorce was not final yet. But, you know, a while like divorces do. But anyhow, after the divorce was final, and if you also know me, you know I was in a band back then. And so in this band, shortly after my divorce was final, it had nothing to do with that, but we fired our bass player. It had to do with the reason we called him Nick the Dick. But anyway, so he's history. We were looking for a bass player. I go to the studio one day, go in, and Travis says, hey man, I think you know this cat. And I look up, and out from the offices, it's Stewie. Which Stewie is, yeah, Sheila's little brother, not so little anymore. But anyhow, so I'm sitting there, and boy, my mind, like the steel trap that it is, put together the thought. I said, hey, and I told Travis this, I said, hey, if this cat can play classical cello in an orchestra, I said, he could handle playing bass in a rock band. So all the guys were leery. I kind of talked him into it. Travis gave him a tape of our material. I said, here, we'll practice this weekend and see if you can, pick up one or two songs and we'll at least, give you a shot while we're looking. So Stu comes back that weekend, and it was just a couple of days later, Saturday, and basically knew our whole set. So we just say he worked out in the band. So now, as soon as he was in the band, when my ulterior motives came to light, I called Sheila one day, and I said, hey, we got a new bass player in the band. She says, I know, I heard. I said, so hey, we're practicing Saturday. If, you could check out your brother, see me, check out our band, you want to stop by the studio Saturday. And lo and behold, she did, which was awesome. And we jammed and we did our practice and talked a little bit and agreed to go meet later that evening and, talk some more, which we did. We met at Paul Revere's Tavern out in Openness. Was at the time one of the favorite spots of Sheila's. And we went from there. We stopped at the Round Table in East Lansing, which is no longer there. And then I know we ended up at the Dispatch Lounge, which was like my home away from home at that time in my life. But anyhow, so we're there, and I mean, we talked all night, and just it was great. So we're in the parking lot. I'm, telling her goodbye for the night. She's getting in the car, and I said, "So hey, is it all right if I call you again and see each other?" And she looked at me, never, ever, ever, till 5 million kabillion years after I'm dead will I forget this. And she looked and she said, "Perhaps." So I did what anybody would have done in that position. I grabbed her and kissed her. Yeah, and we had a really nice kiss in the parking lot. And it was snowing on us, and it was cold, and Sheila was shivering, and so yeah, it was all in all a very, very romantic thing. Anyhow, flash forward a couple years, because obviously we started dating, and I was thinking it was time, and like I said, I was in a band, and we were playing at the Heritage Festival, which was an old music festival that used to be held up in Old Town, which I think I've told you some other stories from the band days in Old Town, and probably hear more in the future. But anyhow, so we got this gig at Heritage Fest, and I think it was literally the night before the gig. I go to practice. We were doing one last run through, and I get there and I ask the guys, I'm like, "Hey, can you think we can learn this song and play it tomorrow?" And it was a song I had written for Sheila years before that. I think I was still in the Navy when I wrote it. Anyway, so yeah, and hey, stout little campers they are, the guys in the band and I, we threw together that song, which, by the way, didn't sound that bad live. But anyway, and we were going to do it the next day. So we're at the gig, we're playing our set, we get to that song, we start doing it, and then we get to a point in the song where it stops, and there's an extended guitar solo, which actually isn't in the real original recording, but there was then, because you'll see, being in the band, we had bumper stickers and frisbees and t-shirts and stuff, and we used to get them out all the time at shows trying to promote ourselves. So we get to this breakdown. I throw down my guitar. Trav starts noodling, and one of the greatest noodlers ever. And then hey, anyhow, so he starts that, and me and Tommy both grab a stack of bumper stickers and run out in the crowd. And we're running through the crowd, and we're handing out stickers, and here and there, and handing them to people. And hey, so I get rid of all my stickers, and I go to up to Sheila, and there she is. And I come up, I said, "Well, I'm all out of stickers, but," I reached in my pocket, I said, "I got something else for you." And yeah, it was a ring box, and she was trembling, and she grabbed me and was like squeezing my shoulders so tight I thought she was going to break them and I wouldn't be able to finish the song. But anyhow, yeah, and because I wanted to do the whole get down on the knee thing and all that, but I'm like, if I don't hold her up right this second, we're probably both going to end up lying flat on the cement here. But so I didn't do the knee thing, but it was still, we're embraced and all that. And I just, I told her, I says, "Hey, it's not very often that, the Lord gives us second chance, especially at major things." And I said, "And He's given me a second chance with you, and I don't want to risk losing you again, so will you marry me?" More trembling. Now, meanwhile, here's Travis still noodling away. Johnny's banging on the drums. Tommy's doing what Tommy does, waiting for the, song to start back up again. Stu pounding away on the bass. So I'm like, I got to get back on stage. We are literally in the middle of the song. So I let her go, kind of handed her off to Brandy, and I ran up back on stage. I grabbed my guitar. We finished the song, and Sheila had thought something was up, because she's like, she knew our set. She went to all our gigs. She's like, "This is not a normal Rusty Faith song." She said, "I know this song. This is a Gene song, but this isn't a Rusty Faith song." So anyhow, I get done with the song, and she, by this time, Brandy had brought her there. They're standing up right at the front of the stage, and so I looked down and I said in the mic, I said, "Well," she holds her hand up like this, this as well. I'm wearing a damn thing. That is for truth, total truth, not a lie. That's how it happened. There's witnesses. But yeah, and then what I do, I put the mic down, I hit a really big power E chord, and we went into the next song and finished our set. So that picture is right after that. Not that song, we had to finish the set, but after that set, and we got done and get our gear, you know, guitars, drums, everything off the stage, and that was us, you know, hanging out. And I'm not even sure, but I'm pretty sure Brandy took the picture. Brandy was Travis's wife at the time, and it's just such a great picture. I mean, everybody liked it, and I sit there and I'm like, man, look at us, we just are full of life, we look so freaking happy, it's sickening and delighted and just in a moment with each other, and the rest of the world just doesn't exist, even though we're posing for the world. But yeah, anyhow, that's what that picture is. If you look behind Sheila, you can see that with the long hair and the cap on, that's Johnny, an absolutely phenomenal drummer. On the other side, behind me, you can see with some hair, Travis, awesome guitarist, noodler, and just a really good friend of mine. And yeah, so there we were, and it was so like the engagement photo, you know, moments after the scene of the crime. But there it was. So hey, for me, for Green El Camino, Gino and his Green El Camino, don't ever forget that. Anyhow, saying, feel free to comment, question, copy, criticize, and all. Stay cool. Stay crazy. Remember, I love you, James. I love you. Till next time. Later.
guitar, and I'm Tommy Hunt. We are Rough and Fake.